Good afternoon and welcome to NYCryptoTalk. Today's project review is on Nexo, the world's first instant crypto-backed loans. So I don't normally review projects like this, but I thought this was very interesting. It is a new project to the market on IDEX. It is just released only a couple of days ago, and it has a lot of buzz going around on the platform, the background, the investors on the project, and how it works. So I thought it was a really interesting project after I started diving into it and how it works and how you can actually get crypto loans, or a credit line as they might call it, through crypto. So I want to go through their website. There is a Nexo overview document, and then there's some token information that I like to go through that has some good information on how they are the first SEC approved dividend token in the blockchain sphere. So thought that was really interesting. I'll show some of the articles and some of the information about some of the investors so you guys can get some information on this. Without further ado, I will jump into their website. Here you have a YouTube video that will actually give you a nice introduction to the project. So definitely check out the Nexo YouTube channel, and you can actually see a easy graphical representation of how the project works, and it is powered by Credissimo. So Credissimo is actually a European fintech project that is now using Nexo as the blockchain entry point on what they're currently doing right now with fiat loans. So more information on that to come. So here you can see instant crypto-backed loans. Don't sell your crypto, don't lose the upside potential, get an instant crypto-backed loan from Nexo. So a lot of people out there have crypto, and sometimes they need to get some cash money, or they need some fiat for some use, or they want to be able to sell their crypto in order to get more crypto. With the crypto-backed loans, you can put some of your cryptocurrency into the loan, and they will give you a credit score, basically, or a credit line, and it'll let you know how much you can actually get back from the crypto that you have, and that will allow you to actually buy more crypto over X amount of time here with the duration, and it'll tell you what your payments are going to be, your APR. You can do it through a Nexo credit card, or you can actually have ACH or bank transfer to get the information over. So there's really cool information on the project and how it works. Obviously, I am definitely going to be looking into this myself, because there are times where I feel like I want to get more crypto, but I don't have enough line of credit, or I don't want to sell out of position. So this is a good way of being able to use your existing cryptocurrency as the leverage, basically, on be able to get more crypto. And you can use your Nexo tokens as well, and it'll give you a better rate, as well as with having the Nexo token you also get a dividend. There's a 30% dividend on this token for the actual income from the company itself. So there is a 30% dividend, which goes back to all the people who hold Nexo tokens. So it's a nice way to be able to get paid in Ethereum via the company. So obviously the way they differentiate themselves is there's instant funding. It's a simple process. There's guaranteed approval. There's no credit checks. Keep all your crypto profits 100% risk-free, no hidden fees, and it's a flexible repayment. And here you can actually go through their website, and I can show as an example. If we wanted to get a $10,000 loan, you can choose how much. They'll calculate how much Bitcoin that is going to be right now. You can do Ethereum. Eventually, you'll be able to do the Nexo wallet and other altcoins. And basically, when you set up your account, you'll be able to do this. You can actually see how long your repayment is. Obviously, if you're repaying it back in a month or two, the APR is going to be lower. And over time, obviously, your repayment will be higher. So it talks about how the ways of reducing your costs, and obviously using Nexo tokens, you can actually reduce your costs, or if you do an earlier loan duration, you can also do it as well. And they do flex the actual interest payment depending on depreciation. So if tokens crash, your actual repayment should actually get lower at that time. So it won't actually inflate. If the market crashes, you're not going to be stuck with the same interest rate on something that's worth a lot less. They will actually adjust it due to deflation. And then they talk about why Nexo. So they do have a team that has been audited by Deloitte. They have 10 plus years of fintech success. This is through the Credissimo European banking and financial service regulators, reputable advisors. So if we go into the actual advisor board, they have one of the biggest individuals, Arrington, who is the founder of TechCrunch and also the founder of Polymath as well. So I'll go into that when I go through the team. And then why people would invest in Nexo tokens. So there's compliant access-backed security. So it is SEC compliant dividend paying. You can get a monthly passive income with the 30% dividends, as I mentioned, and then also with the additional utility of having a lower interest rate using the Nexo tokens. So why choose it? Because there's a live automated platform. You can easily do it whenever you want. There's a custodian, BitGo, which is actually one of the biggest custodian companies that works with places like Kraken, CME Group, Pantera Capital, the Royal Mint, and Upbit, and other exchanges out there. So BitGo is one of the biggest custodians when it comes to having that financial backing when it comes to getting things like loans out. And they also have compliance. They are using on FIDO to adhere to the KYC and AML global compliance standards. So there is a lot of compliance back information with the project. And then it talks about the Nexo in numbers. Obviously, this is actually going to increase over time. This is what they are seeing so far is $1 billion in instant crypto-backed loan requests already. $52.5 million raised in the ICO event, 53,000 communities, individuals on their Telegram and Twitter, and they have 30% profits as dividends and 10 plus years of successful track record on online lending through Credissimo. And this talks about Credissimo, and over the past couple of years, their loans granted and cash collected. It is a EU banking supervised company, so they have been adhering to the regulation since 2007. So there is a lot of information, and they talk about their net income margin of 35%. They've delivered over 1 million loans. They've granted over 79,000 just in 2017. Returning customers 78%, employees. So their mission over the past 10 years has been providing instant loans to millions of people across Europe. We believe that expanding digital world helps improve our lives. We would like to contribute by providing the world's first instant crypto-backed loans, Nexo. So Nexo is allowing them to enjoy the wealth today without selling your crypto assets. So basically they're moving their existing platform or adding onto their existing platform, the cryptosphere, which I think is a really good model to be able to utilize an existing platform and then add onto it in any way, shape, or form that allows for the blockchain to make things easier. And obviously, crypto-backed loans are going to be a huge thing. Obviously, when people want to get more crypto assets, they can do it through Nexo. And this kind of talks about how the circle of life works with the actual product. So the client will put their crypto asset in the Nexo wallet. The Nexo wallet will then figure out what your evaluation is, and that will allow you to get the loan, and then it'll come back to you. Your funds will still stay in the Nexo wallet, so whatever you put in there, whatever token, whether it's Nexo or another one, that will stay in there and be held until your loan service is over. So that will be used as backing just in case, your loan value goes to zero. They'll still have the actual existing amount in the wallet itself to pay for that. You won't get overdraft fees, basically. You'll basically lose the existing funds that you had put in that equal to what your loan was. So similar to margin trading, it allows you to have that information locked up in there. But obviously, if your loan increases, you can easily put that money back in and take out your existing funds. Unlocking the value of your digital access, quick and convenient access to financing, retail asset upside potential based on secure blockchain technology. So this is where they talk about the different problems and solutions. And, quick access to cash, obviously, the slow process to be able to get your money into cash with the Nexo product. You can easily cash out into your bank account or on a credit card. So it is instant or very, very close to instant. Retain ownership of your actual digital assets. It is more cost and tax efficient. There is no credit checks, and with the transparency of the blockchain, obviously you know where your information is and you know where your funds are. The marketing clients here, you can kind of see where they talk about the digital assets markets, the tokenized assets market, and the cryptocurrency market, and where they see things going and how they plan on being able to expand their leverage into things like securities, commodities, real estate, gaming, and virtual assets, loyalty reward programs. So utilizing this kind of platform, it can be utilized to enhance your holdings in certain things by getting these crypto-backed asset loans. So the different types of clients are, as I mentioned, could be investors who look to receive a immediate fund so they can buy more tokens. Crypto miners, which allows for them to cover capital expenses such as computing power needed by crypto miners in order to stay competitive and grow their operations, often requires liquidation of mining rewards. This can be avoided by opening an instant crypto-backed loan by Nexo. Then there's hedge funds, which allow for people who have invested in cryptocurrencies, ICO tokens, and other digital assets can leverage their portfolio by obtaining instant crypto-backed loans from Nexo and take advantage of new investment opportunities. Then exchanges themselves can use the actual loan to raise necessary funds to finance their margin lending and trading services. So companies like BitMEX can utilize the platform. ICO and crypto companies themselves can use this in order to get an instant loan to meet their working capital and operating expenses requirements. And then gaming and virtual reality users. Obviously, there's a huge market for it right now, and they can use it to meet short-term liquidity needs. So the flexible repayment option, I think, was really interesting for the platform. So there's multiple ways that an individual can pay their outstanding loan balance, and that could be through fiat, it could be through the Nexo coins, it could be actually selling your crypto assets that are in the Nexo wallet, which is interesting, so that if you have a cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, or whatever it might be, Ethereum, if the value of the token goes up and you feel that you want to sell it, you can actually sell it and use those proceeds to pay for your actual repayment. And then also there's no minimum loan repayment is required if the outstanding loan balance is within the available loan limit. So there's no monthly payment as long as you have an available balance that is above the outstanding balance, basically. And then here you see the different options. I'm not going to go through all of it, but it basically talks about how the alternative for financing, lending, and comparing itself to other cryptocurrency lending platforms, how it benefits over other platforms. So the speed of funding is instant, asset ownership you have control of, the benefit of asset value appreciation, the exchange fees, there are none. There's no tax liabilities. The volatility risk is very low. They allow for free credit card. And then the different types of assets that they allow for are cryptocurrencies, tokenized assets, utility tokens, and gaming tokens. Then looking at traditional lending, they talk about how the availability is instant for the approval. It's worldwide in every single country, where most traditional lending only is available in certain countries. Hidden fees, there are none. Credit checks, there are none. And then going into the lending platforms, this is where you can actually see where more information is comparing itself to Salt and ETHLend, which are the two largest cryptocurrency lending platforms as of right now. So they talk about their history, how they have a lot more history in the fintech field. There's a lot more repayment options. The loan itself is flexible. It's not an installment loan. It's not a peer-to-peer loan. So it does change as needed. Obviously, the token itself is a dividend-paying token that's backed by the SEC. There's other benefits for holding the token, and it is covered in the whole country and has a Big Four auditor behind the project. So there's a lot of things behind it that really talk about how it can be a better project than Salt and ETHLend. I did look into Salt months ago, and I thought it was a really interesting project. Obviously, I'm happy, I have not really jumped into that project just because things haven't really gone so well in the overall scheme of things, and projects I've dealt with had better results. But Nexo seems to be like, even though it's late to the game in this industry, it has a lot of functionality and a lot of pluses that these other platforms do not have. And then this is the Nexo Oracle. They talk about the different things within the Oracle itself. So that's the wallet. So I know I have referred to the wallet. It tells you all the different functionality behind that, the data analytics that are in it, the automated notifications that get triggered, repayment analytics, the funds distribution, and then the real-time asset monitoring. So there's a lot of things that go on within the Nexo Oracle, and this is what will determine your actual loan information, and it'll hold all your funds that you're using to hold onto your crypto loan. So looking at the advisor team, if you guys are not familiar, Michael Arrington was the founder of TechCrunch, and he is involved with the Arrington XRP Capital. So Michael Arrington is one of the original OG people in the tech industry. TechCrunch was one of the original sites out there, and he has been one of the most powerful people on the internet, named by Wired, Forbes, and Times Magazine. So he is a leader in the tech industry and a very, very big name when it comes to things in the tech. And he's also one of the financial advisors or the financial backers of Nexo as well. So he has a lot of money involved with it, and a lot of the loans will be backed by him himself. Then there's Trevor Kverko. He's the founder and CEO of Polymath, which is also a very interesting project. And there's a lot of great information. I'll eventually go into Polymath at some point. So it is also a security-based token. So they are actually very big on securities, and working with Nexo, I think it is a good pairing to be able to have that type of advisor for this project. Then looking at their team, I have gone through most of their LinkedIn pages. There is substantial financial, fintech backgrounds, blockchain backgrounds. There are people who are coming directly from the Credissimo platform. So these are people who have already been working on the existing lending platform, and then people with the blockchain technology are moving into this space. So they actually have a very, very good team. I would probably rate them as an A+ team when it comes to a new project. So definitely check them out. They have quite a bit of people here, and I definitely think that they have a lot going for them as far as their advisors and their team goes. Going into their Nexo overview page, there's a lot of information here, and it's going to have a lot of information about Credissimo, which is their existing platform for fiat, but it talks about all the different things on the platform. A lot of this information was on the website, so I'm not going to go into too many of the details, but it talks about the platform, and then they have the key highlights of the Credissimo, as I had explained before. It is a leading European fintech group founded in 2007 that utilizes innovative proprietary technology to provide instant online consumer loans, e-commerce financing, bill payment services. It is a market leader in the online consumer lending segment in several European countries. Our competitive advantage is in coding our business know-how that we have developed in more than 10 years of experience. Efficient business model, cutting-edge technology, and a visionary management are key drivers of our outstanding and long-standing success. So there is a lot of information here that talk about their product, and they talk about their history with Credissimo and how it then brands into Nexo as the offshoot of Credissimo. So going into the problems that we saw before is the idle value of digital assets, the liquidation, loss of ownership, expensive and tax inefficient, cumbersome credit checks, and lack of trust and transparency. And I did talk about how all these things are then solved within the Nexo platform, allowing for users to have a lot more information available to them. The expected market size of the digital assets will be $5 trillion by 2025. And then they talk about the other tokenized assets, which includes real estate, commodities, as well as securities, gaming, loyalty rewards, and then where you see cryptocurrencies and how they're in the smaller area. And they're saying that they expect to continue their growth and reach over $1 trillion by 2025. So I actually would hope that we hit over 1 trillion by 2018. So 2025, 1 trillion, I think, is a bit of an understatement, but obviously they will, unless they're talking about specific areas in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. Moving to the business model, the detailed version of it, I like how they wireframed the actual steps in the process, from the client transferring the crypto to the next wallet to the actual evaluation. So they look at different markets and different exchanges to get a price. That digital asset marketplace will then use that for the hedging and for the actual Nexo Oracle to then see how much interest or how much of your loan you can do, and that information will then go back to the client. The client will then receive the loan either on a Nexo credit card, by bank transfer, or in cryptocurrency. So all the information can then go back to the individual, and then that's where other pieces of information are then being determined, from the interest to the actual token value to the actual dividend model, and all that information is going to be in there. And here's a process map. So obviously those were a wireframe, but this talks about how the information for the loan goes through, and then of course the depreciation, as I mentioned before. If there's a decrease in the value of the client's crypto assets, the loan limit decreases as the value of the client's crypto assets depreciates. So it's interesting and nice to know that they are actually utilizing that kind of process. So what do I think about the Nexo platform in general? I think the platform and the project has a very, very good stance and a good backing by the advisor team of Arrington and the initial founder of TechCrunch. I think the way that they're doing their instant crypto payments and having your backing through the Nexo tokens or other crypto assets are really, really interesting. And I think the dividend model, obviously 30% dividends released to all the holders of the token. There are 560 million tokens circulating right now. So just to give you guys an idea, this is what the actual market cap should be for Nexo. So Nexo right now should be sitting at around $127 million right now. So to give you an idea of where it would be, obviously it would be much higher than 1348 because there is no market cap in here right now since there is no circulating count. So I still think this project has a long way to go. At 22 cents, it's currently only on IDEX. They're planning on getting a big exchange this month of May 2018. And I think they're definitely going to have a lot of moves going on. If we look at their main competitor, Salt at its all-time high hit almost $1 billion in market cap and $17.68. Obviously, they have about 10th of what Nexo has, but obviously there is a huge difference in the process and what they plan to deliver. So do I think they can hit $1 billion market cap? I definitely think so. When? That's the question. So I do think this is going to be a big market. This is going to be a good project. I think something people should definitely look into. Obviously, we don't want to start putting money in and getting loans when we don't have anything backed up, or the money to pay for them. Obviously, that's where a lot of the financial crises that we've run through in the past have fallen, the real estate crisis. But I think with Nexo, having your funds available in the Nexo wallet, you're definitely getting your money's worth, because your valuation is still going to increase. You still own your assets, and you can sell them at any time, obviously, but you can still get a crypto-backed loan. I might try it out eventually for a long-term hold that I can send to the Nexo wallet and see what I can do with that money, and then hopefully send it back, get the money back. So we will see. Obviously, there's a lot of movers and shakers out right now. Nexo is a new project, so definitely do your own research. This is not financial advice. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like, subscribe, shoot me a comment, hit the bell notification to get notified of any new videos, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks again for watching.